live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. And I need to tweet first. Wait for me. I'll wait for me. Hold on. I'm live now on YouTube. Blah, blah, blah. Trump and PM Xi Jinping. I'm going to put Xi Jinping. Hold on. Okay. Hi, Yoko. Hello. Thank you so much for coming. Okay. I forgot to put my wonderful picture that I took earlier. I had to take a picture for this. Hold on. I'm tweeting right now. I'm posting right now. Hello. How are y'all? Hello. 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 Thank you so much for coming. I still say tweet. Don't you guys say that too? Okay. Is this the edited version of my photo? I hope. Gotta look good, right? Anyhow, how are you guys? One became eight quickly. Cool. Hello. You can look beautiful as always. Oh, thank you. Oh, Bird Up Sam, thank you so much for your Yoko tax. Yes, America should, make your tax smaller, like decrease your tax, and then give it to me. How are you all? Oh, hi, Yoko looks elegant as always. Oh, thank you. I had to, get ready for you guys. I still call it Twitter and say tweet, right? Like we're so used to it. I mean, we've been doing that for a while, like over a decade, right? It's not gonna easily go away. Oh, but speaking of social media, though, I saw Huffington Post after forever on X. Like somehow, like before Elon Musk bought Twitter, now it's X, but Twitter era, whenever I go on Twitter, I will get like a Huffington Post and other liberal media outlets all the time as recommendations, just popping up on my feed. And it just popped up yesterday out of nowhere after like years, It was interesting to see. But they were saying that, some other media outlets are saying too, that people are leaving from X and going to, what is it called? A Blue Sky or whatever it's called. Like some other, the original people from X, Jack made or whatever. That's interesting. But it's like, whichever side wins, the last time Trump lost, right? Like lost. Like you don't accept that, and that's okay. But like what I'm saying, like, Biden became the president officially, and so when that happened, like you guys went to Getter and Truth Show, and as for YouTube, in replacement of YouTube, even before that, you guys went to Rumble and other media outlets, right? So yeah, it's it's interesting to see. Now it's their turn to, go away. Wait, did I randomly click on the live stream just as you started? Yes. Seems so. Hi, hello. I'm good. I'm good. Being working on a draft for a Japanese-inspired action horror story. That sounds exciting. Really? Are you gonna have me in the character as a character? You should. Yoko, are you happy with Tulsi being in Trump's cabinet? No. No. You guys were saying how Tulsi Gabbard, I don't even remember her name well. I don't even know her pronunciation of her name, because in Japanese we write it as Tulsi. As it's spelled, it's just a Japanese thing. Like we just read as it is written. But yeah, her old post about Japan, like she was probably talking about Pearl Harbor, but yeah, she said how rearming Japan is dangerous or something on the line, right? So a lot of Japanese people are reacting to that as a negative thing, like, oh. But that was the standard of Americans, though. I just looking at tweets like a post like that, shows that like how much we have progressed. That you guys understand our standpoint better than before, and you also see the reality of what's happening in East Asia. That you have like it meets the national interests of the U.S. to, to make Japan stronger. It's always like it's been even before the World War II. America, like as I read the records of the past, I see that Americans were talking about how you should treat Asia, how to deal with Asia in the sense of like strong Japan or weak Japan. Should Japan become the leader of Asian region or something else? It's been a discussion. I see that. So, by the way, sorry if my earring is like conflicting. It's like making a noise. Sorry for that. Yeah. Just trying to look gorgeous, But yeah, so I'm not a little worried. I'm also worried about her Ukraine, her stance against Ukraine. Some people call, even Laura Ingraham, I think, was criticizing Tulsi. So that was interesting because you guys online, those those who are active online tend to like her, but we even have this. See, like this is from Nikkei, like Japan economic newspaper. I don't know their English name, but Nikkei, and they had this table, and it shows like where. So this is from a newspaper, right? Oh, super chat, thank you. I'll get to that. Thank you. So Matt Gates, Tulsi or Tulsi, and then this guy, I don't even know his name, P. Hegusesu, right? So 3 people in the cabinet, and yep, they have this history, like their background, when they became a politician and so on, or whatsoever, like former Fox News anchor, or served in the military in Iraq, or from lawyer, right? All of these backgrounds, and then the problematic statements in the past for Japan anyway, right? So I understand Matt Gates, like I get what kind of character he has and the problematic side of him. I get that. Tulsi or Tulsi, it's pretty pro Russia, right? So we are really we are not sure about her, and then she's gonna have all the information. So I really hope that she is clean. That's just about it. Because I can't really judge her yet because I haven't looked into her. I have to be fair. I don't know anything about her. So, but I just know that you guys like her. So, yeah. But other statements, about like gender or whatever, like from other people, like I'm like, eh. Anyway, super chat, thank you. Tulsi doesn't often have good points on foreign policy, and definitely not regarding 2A. What is 2A? Second Amendment. But the post she is nominated for isn't going to give her much power over either of those. Oh, I see. Oh, true. Like it's not gonna affect Trump's policy, right? I hope. I hope. Yeah. Like, I mean, we are 2 different countries, so we have to be aware of that, right? But the thing is that Japanese people, like, especially Japanese conservatives, I would say, are more aware of what's going on inside America. Like, before Obama or even before Trump, the first administration, Japanese people didn't really know about American politics. Like Japanese conservatives were cheering for Obama for not knowing his policies just because like we were still like at the time, I guess that we were still living in the continuation of post-war like period of the World War II. See, like that's the last war that Japan has been in, and since then we don't have military forces officially and so forth. So that's the last war, and then we are living in this continuation against like white people, kind of like white guilt related, that like like of course we were the enemy at the time, right? So like we had like our people had those emotions and on the like and it continued, and then Obama came. So those Japanese people that wanted to bring back our patriotism, after we lost the war, patriotism disappeared from our textbook, our media and everything, because they were orders by America and others when we were occupied. So we wanted to take back our patriotism, right? Like be patriotic again. And that includes the narrative that with the World War II, Japan freed all the nations in Asia from Western colonization. And this is where you probably disagree with us, but like Japanese conservatives, at least, like back then we were all like colonizing, right? Like spreading, expansive, right? That was just how it was back in the day, that we were expansive, and also we had to somehow, make sure there's a line that our enemy side cannot cross. Like we wanted to have that line, so both sides were fighting against each other. But for Japanese conservatives, it was like we wanted to expand. It was only the Thailand and us, Japan, that were standing as the independent countries. So as for Japan, we did everything we could and, just stop the colonization. And then even though we lost, those like Indonesia and others, they were able to get independent. So we have this recognition that we liberated Asia, right? And China and, CCP leaning, even Koreans, like those who see Japan negatively will always, bash us about that. But anyway, my point is that we have that sort of a way of thinking, and that results in that it was part of Japanese, some like elderly people, have the recognition from those times, and that, which is that, it's Asians, like colored people, even African people, colored people versus white people. Like I can't, today it's different, but back then that was the recognition, And so when Obama finally kept coming, circling back, finally Obama, when he was elected, Japanese people, majority of them were like, oh, black guy, right? Because we were told like we are colored. And then Obama is there. And also he is, of course, he's anti-America. And so it's bad for conservatives or patriots in the US, but for others, even Japan at the time, we didn't know about America well. Like we didn't look inside of the policies and what each policies were affecting people in what way and so forth. We were not looking well into that. So like we had this abstract, dangerous way of looking at things. But today, people look into America's politics very closely, especially after Trump. And so for that, Trump should, get the credit for that, because Japanese people, and I bet that it's not only Japan, like now people overseas are interested in America's politics more than before, because I don't know if it's good or bad though, because we are kind of threatened, But for America, that's good. Like, look at Europe right now. They're getting prepared for Trump administration, right? The second administration. So now they're like, oh, what are we going to do, right? Same for Japan. We were like, what are we going to do? And here, we were able to meet our leader, Ishiba, just met Xi Jinping. I don't know if you can tell the difference though, but judge from the flags behind. But yeah, Xi and Ishiba and Xi. Oh, Biden's face is there too. Yoon-san is there too. Yoon, President Yoon, but from South Korea. But yeah, so gotta meet Xi Jinping because, of course, Xi Jinping is the leader right now. Ishiba is our prime minister right now, right? So we get to meet. But with Trump, Ishiba got to call Trump, but only they talked only for 5 minutes on the phone with translation included. So he had like I said last week, they had like 3 points, like, oh, congratulations, oh, we have this mutual strategy, free and open Indo-Pacific strategy, and some other thing, and that's it. So yeah, but anyway, so I'm derailed. I derailed a lot. I was talking about Tulsi, right? And Tulsi. So what I was saying before, let's get to that. But before that, Tulsi. So Japanese people look into American politics so much so that they are looking at. Oh, super chat, thank you. Like saying that like how she is bad, in short, for Japan, because her recognition about Japan is old, outdated, and so on. Anyway, super chat, thank you. Here's 10% for the big guy. Thank you. 10%. Yes. Thank you so much for your super chat. This is what I do. So if you feed me, with super chat, then I will try more, try harder. Thank you so much. But so back to this meeting. So Ishiba wanted to meet Trump just like Abe did in 2016. The background of 2016 though is that the thing is, our foreign ministry at the time advised Shinzo Abe that, well, Hillary will win. Like whatever happens, like Hillary will win eventually. So Japanese government had ties with Hillary's side, but not looking into Trump's side much. That route was not connected well. Also, but thank you. Bird up again. Oh, I can't. I'm pressing hard. Okay. Feed the Yoko. Yes, the Yoko, the only Yoko. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, where was I? 2016. And so that's why I actually wrote this paper for this political magazine called Seiron by Sankei Shimbun Group, Sankei Group. It's the most like high status, political magazine in Japan, I would say. But yeah, I had the opportunity to write for the magazine because my mentor at the time and others, they were worried that even conservative people at the time, like when Trump first ran for president, they were even saying, even conservative, like big people were saying that, oh, it's gonna be Hillary, or it has to be Hillary because Trump is crazy. That was their recognition. But I saw Trump train, and you saw me too through YouTube and so on, that I could see that Trump is supported by majority of people in America. And I'm like, and our people are just judging like America and Trump's side of people, or even just Donald Trump himself, that based on the mainstream media by the, like left biased mainstream media in the US, Those are the media outlets that our media are like partnered with. So the information that they get, our media, like NHK and some others, like only a few have branches in America, and other stations, they don't have the budget to tour around America and to collect information. So all they can do is to collect from mainstream media in the US. So of course, if you take information from left bias media, then our information is left bias too. So all the analysis too, even our experts, I guess they were too proud to admit that Trump was gonna win, right? So our experts, our foreign ministry, and everyone were even conservative side. We didn't see it coming, so that's why I wrote for the first time in Japan, that Trump train's coming, Trump's going might win, and that's what I did, right? And people today though forgot that like how bad the reputation was, when it comes to Trump, that people didn't see it coming and they somehow didn't want to, like I guess they were too like narcissistic or something. Like they didn't want to admit it that he's gonna be the next president, right? So that's the background. And Shinzo Abe, thus, like advised by the foreign ministry, he didn't he didn't believe that Trump was going to win either, in a way, because that's what the experts and foreign ministry were telling him. So the Japanese government didn't have all this connections prepared for Trump's presidency, right? And then but they became like creative and went to see, like they are like, oh, you know what I can do, right? Like what we can do, and sent Abe to Trump Tower before the inauguration, which was rare at the time, right? Like we don't have that in our history for the most part, as we can tell. And so there were even like what's called like backlash, or like people didn't like it, saying that, oh, that's rude for Obama, who was still in the White House, right? So there were people opposing that, but today, because our people, our Japanese people, the majority of like citizens, and also conservatives, of course, we don't like Ishiba for his past actions and all the things that he said, and especially the part that he was extremely against Shinzo Abe, our hero. He was the enemy of Shinzo Abe, Ishiba, the current prime minister. So he's not liked by the majority of us, but somehow, like due to the political dynamic, inside the LDP, the governing party, he was elected as our prime minister, and so that's where we stand. So Ishiba didn't got to talk to Trump on the phone, but it was short, so people are critical of like seeing it in a critical way. And also like, for example, Argentine Milei, he got to see Trump, right? He went to Mar-a-Lago and so on. Even our YouTuber, there was some Japanese YouTuber I don't know of, like Naoki something. He went to Mar-a-Lago. Like, I didn't know that, like, why Trump said bye, like, just invite me too, right? But I don't have dress, so it's okay. But, just say, like, oh, if he can go, why can't I go, right? But anyway, but yeah, so Argentine president got to see him in person, but our prime minister didn't. So the conservatives and all the other people are bashing him for not being able to meet him, right? But the thing is that it's actually against the rules. So I am, thankful for Susie Wiles for making it sure, like clear that Trump is not gonna meet other world leaders before inauguration, like just made it clear. And we now see that Milei was the exception. So that's good, I guess. So that's the background of what's been going on. Thank you so much for your super chat. Tulsi isn't nominated in foreign policy position, right? Her job will be to clean up corruption and abuse by our intelligence agencies. Okay, so it will not affect, right? Okay, so that's the take, I guess. Yeah, because like everybody has different way of history recognition, right? Like even you guys and I probably have differences when it comes to history recognition, but like there are roles that we are supposed to take. So, oh, super chat, thank you so much. ヨコの税金払った。素晴らしい、ありがとうございます。PS, you should watch パトレーバー2。2って書いてあるよ。Sometime it deals with Article 9 and Japan's place in the post-World War II era. どんなの? My husband says that it's a famous movie. I haven't. I don't like. I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know. Wait, パトレーバー. In Japanese, it's パトレーバー. This パトレーバー. I see. Oh, by the way, my browser is set in English so that I can practice, get used to English. 機動警察パトレーバー. I see. Oh, we should watch that. Thank you for your recommendation. Yeah. The one is 1989, right? It says. 2はいつなんだ? I'm just curious, sorry guys. 1993, I see. Yeah, we will watch that. Because my husband is a fan of Yamato. Do you know Uchu Senkan Yamato? Yeah, anyway. Trump Oji-san. Trump likes Shinzo. It's too bad. Yeah, like it's such a loss for Japan, that Shinzo Abe was assassinated. Because Abe was charismatic for us, like he is the kind of politicians that can never be replaced, like once in 100 years or something level of politician. He had visions, he had all this sophisticated education background, so like he knows a lot, and he also was a proud Japanese conservative too. He was good at compromises, so I don't appreciate everything that he did. Like there's a limit, he was part of LDP too, like he was a member of LDP, so the party's limitations become his limitations, but still he did great. So is he cooking us dinner? I hope so. Oh, but we have to go out today though, to run some errands. Yeah. Milei is awesome. Hope he does great work. How is he doing though? Is it going effective? Is their economy okay? Asotaro visited Trump Tower back in April. Yes. See, like Japan is learning from the past mistakes, because we now know how popular Trump is, and we need to make sure that we are there for Trump regardless, right? I guess we were kind of getting a hunch that Trump was going to win, and that's why I was writing articles about it too. But that's good that Taro also went to see Trump in April. I think other world leaders were meeting him too, right? So that's like we are all learning like how to have a good relation, like good healthy positive relationship with Trump. Like we are, the world is learning how to, engage with him. Yep. Let's see. I'm waiting for Hide to sneak the chair into the background. Yeah, the chair is there, so it already moved. Okay, so another meeting that I wanted to mention, by the way, is like, so this happened, right? Japan and China. Oh, should I mention about this because, or more in detail, because Japanese conservatives are bashing it a little bit, but it's important for Japan, because, where was that? Can you stop making noises? My husband makes noises, so I'm distracted. Yes, so again, like Japanese conservatives right now dislike Ishiba, right? And they like this woman called Takaichi, who was close to Abe. So, but anyway, there is this. How do I translate that? Let me translate that. Wait, hold on. Wait for me. Politics have like unique expressions. So, strategy. That's not the word. Wait for me. I'm translating for you guys. A mutually beneficial relationship based on common strategic interests. Such a long day. Mutually beneficial relationship based on common strategic interests. Oh, such a big word. Can you read that? Yep. So, this is from 2006, I believe, like the first Abe administration, because the first Abe administration was probably in 2005 or so, right? Like Bush era for you guys, like Bush Junior era, like Bush Junior, and our prime minister at the time was Koizumi. And Koizumi back then was visiting Yasukuni Shrine, for example, where China labels as where like we praise our war criminals and so on. But I'm not gonna get into the Tokyo trials and so on here because it's gonna take hours. But yeah, China just doesn't like. China says that we are praising war criminals at Yasukuni Shrine. Yasukuni Shrine to us mentally is just like your Arlington Cemetery in America. Like you visit there, it's a grave. Ours is a shrine, so it's different. It's not a grave, here. But like our heroes, who dedicated their lives for our country, they are there. They are spirits, just like in Star Wars, right? When you see Star Wars or even Abe's picture next to Trump nowadays, right? Like Star Wars kind of world is what we live in. Or rather, Star Wars took our culture and reflected in their movies. But anyway, you see all this ghost-ish people around, right? And that, just like that, shrine is like that. Our heroes are just there, so you go there, you can meet them. China doesn't like it, right? Because they are against our patriotism. Like they are imprinting war guilt to us. But Koizumi, back in the day, our prime minister at the time, he didn't care. he visited Yasukuni Shrine and so on. So Japan-China relation at the time was bad, right? So the next prime minister of ours, Shinzo Abe, the first administration, he then became, he became prime minister once, and he was really, he pushed this conservative ideology. So he was just, attacked by the left massively, and it didn't go well. And then it's not about like 6 years later or so, like in 2012, he comes back. But probably Shinzo Abe from that era, like 2012, from 2012 to several years is what you probably remember. But he was already a prime minister once before that. But anyway, in 2006, Japan had this long name, mutually beneficial relationship based on common strategic interests with China. We made sure that we have this so that our ties, like we are engaged in both countries, like economically, we can't live without each other basically. So we made sure of that. Abe did that. And today, right, like our current prime minister Ishiba met with Xi to confirm that we are still there, especially now that Trump is going to be back in office. We have to make sure that we, like Japanese people, can survive, right? Like we don't want to push. I'm personally against CCP-led China, right? I really hope that it's going to collapse, I seriously want that. And that's why I am helping Tibetans, Uyghurs, Southern Mongolians, Hong Kongers. They should get independent so that China can collapse, right? So that's my political background. But I think like this, however, we have to be realistic. In the meantime, we have to sustain our living. And even though our factories and so on are withdrawing, like offshoring, is it? Like we're getting away from China, but it's not a good idea to like confront from in a really, what's the word, like, yeah, you get it, right? Trump does it, like he has nothing to fear, and he's gonna impose taxes to China. But Japan has to make sure of our survival, right? And China too, Xi Jinping knows, like it's pointed out in our newspaper too. Xi Jinping knows that Japan is gonna be a little bit stable in that sense, because even though like ideally like we want to, do something about the current regime of China. However, Japan, we have this deep ties with China. So China is like, for China, it's like, oh, Trump is gonna attack China. But Japan, we want to stand with America, but we are way too much like deeply tied with. So what are we gonna do, right? So for Xi Jinping, he wants to take us, right? So that's the game that we are in right now. So for us, I guess that our prime minister doesn't want to be the enemy of China, like clearly. And so that's why he pushed this. And then our conservative people look at this and see it as like a compromise, or that he is pro-China. But this strategy, this mutual relationship is something that Abe came out with when he was a prime minister before. So yeah, things like that. Anyway, thank you for your attention. I can still go on. I need to talk about this one too, the front, where's it? Biden and President Yoon too. I'm gonna talk about that. But yeah, Yoko, Trump loves Japan. You don't think you need to worry. Thank you. I really hope so. But Ishiba, like, if you, I don't know if you guys have seen the footage of our prime minister right now, Ishiba. he is, it's not like he's a bad person, he just had issues inside of his own party because of political like power struggles, inside the same party. It just happens. And yeah, but he's just so dark, and really, really Asian in a bad way. So when Ishiba meets Xi Jinping, their atmosphere or their vibrations, it match. Those things match because like their cultural background, I guess, is somewhat the same. What they think is cool is the same. Ishiba is like there was a scene at the press conference one day. Ishiba wore a pair of glasses, and he's like, when he answers questions from the press, he's like like made sure that he looks cool with the angle, right? And then Xi Jinping is always like, right? Like really, like, I don't know the culture. I'm too Americanized to look at Asian, like my own cultures sometimes, but there's something about Asian cultures that we're like, right? And then, but on the other hand, Trump is like five kind of person. Of course, they're not gonna match, but Ishiba, on the other hand, would do well with Xi Jinping because they are in this same mental zone. You know what I mean? So, anyway. Oh, Super Chat, thank you. But will Ishiba do the YMCA dance with Trump? That's gonna be. Oh, that would be so cool though if he did that. I'm gonna start saying that. Ishiba, just dance, just do this. Like, I don't think that he has this like uplifting personality, but still, like this move is something that you can do, right? Like, it doesn't require music sense or whatsoever. Just do this, right? And then his secretaries and so on, they can add music to that. Cool. Did you see the Japanese version of YMCA, by the way? Yeah, I posted that the other day because I thought you guys don't know. It was a huge hit in Japan as well. That like the Japanese version, I bet that the original was a hit too, but I wasn't even born. But even I know that song, the Japanese version. I know that song, and that's why I knew when Trump started to use some music. But yeah. Anyway, one more thing before I interact with you guys. This is Japan, America, South Korea. Oh, what's the word? I think I took a screenshot. Why is every word, why does it have to be so difficult? This one. Let's see. One of the, this one. The leaders also agreed to set up a trilateral secretariat to formalize their ties and their commitment to bolstering regional and global peace and security. I'm gonna highlight that and show you guys. I don't know if you can read though. Can you read? Yep. So this is from NHK. So they met, right? Japan's Prime Minister Ishiba meets presidents from the US and South Korea is the article. This is from NHK. And they said that one of the main issues discussed was how to deal with North Korea. The three countries released a joint statement, which is good, condemning North Korea and Russia's violations of multiple UN resolutions. They cited the North's deployment of troops to Russia. And then therefore they now, want to formalize their ties, like our ties. So there is now a trilateral, like lateral is so like bilateral, something lateral. It's so hard to say for me. Yeah, trilateral secretariat. They formed that, so that's good because hopefully Trump will use that too. I hope that he doesn't change that. I think that's the intention of this establishment, though, because Biden administration probably want to make sure that we can carry on what we have established. It was not easy, Japan, America, that works. Japan, I know, South Korea and America, they have alliance, it works. But Japan, South Korea together, it's a really, really hard thing to work on. But now South Koreans kind of dropped all these historical disputes and so on. For now, at least, they are looking at the reality just like Japan is doing, which is great. I really thank, President Yoon from South Korea. Really, really, he is contributing a lot for the stability of East Asia. President Yoon, like you guys should give him credit, and because of his administration, Kishida administration, our former administration, Kishida was able to build this strong relationship with Japan and South Korea. So that's good. I kept saying, like conservative people are so patriotic that just like I was doing in the very beginning of my political journey, back then our backgrounds were different, so we had to insist our own opinions because South Koreans at the time, especially agitated by CCP and North Korea too, that they would just bash Japan by using like past events, and based on fabrication too. But they are taught all this fabricated history in school, so they of course believe that's a truth, right? So like Japanese conservatives were fighting back and we kept fighting. But today we are working together, so that's really great. So I really hope that this will continue because in Japan, seriously, the North Korea, as I keep saying, North Korea abducted our people, right? I'm gonna show you guys. So this is what in English, National Police Agency of Japan, right? And then they say that the people, that like we can't get rid. There are a bunch of Japanese people that we can't get rid of the potential that they were all abducted by North Korea. And it says that, see, like there are now like do you see the number? 871 people. And then here's a list of like 450 people. They are a lot of people, right? These are people's names. See, like prefecture by prefecture. So all these people are probably in North Korea. And it's not only because only Japanese people that they abducted. It's crazy. Where was the countries? It's not only Japan, but South Korea, Thailand, Romania, Lebanon, China, America. It's sad. So we have this problem, and on the top of that, today, North Korea is sending their troops to join the Russian soldiers to fight against Ukraine. So that's now it's global. It's not officially the World War III, but we are really related to that. So that's something that I guess that Japan is different from the US. As for the US, you guys need to care about the world hegemony and so forth, or just the world order in general. But you're like, you did fight Cold War, but today it's not like that, right? But European countries and Japan, for example, we have territorial disputes with with Russia. Like it's not even a dispute. It's that Russia is illegally occupying our northern territories of Japan, right? They just barged in illegally when the World War II was ending. So, like, it's our thing. It's our fight, right? So, our foreign minister right now actually went to, oh, it's in color the picture too. Let's see. I didn't post it. This is an amazing thing for Japanese people, but I didn't post it because it would be, you guys would start talking about your country situation. But you see, this is our foreign minister right now, and this is the Ukrainian side. He went to Ukraine. He went to Kiev. How do you pronounce? In Japanese, we call Kyiv now. At first, we were saying Kiev, I think, but they changed the name. But anyway, so he visited Kyiv, right? And then we, again here too, our foreign minister, Iwaya. He's rumored to be pro-China and received money from China even. There was a case. I don't know why people don't talk about it anymore. But we don't like him, Iwaya. However, he did a good job here to be sent there. And I have to thank Kishida for this because he built the foundation to engage in Ukraine, you know. And you guys don't want to spend money excessively to Ukraine, so you have like different problem. But over here in Japan, the problem is that even Abe couldn't get our island returned from Russia. Rather, he just pulled Russia to our side because I guess like for him the enemy was ultimately China rather than Russia. And he was such a realistic person that he just brought Putin on our side, even giving the country some economic aids and so on. So ridiculous. Some conservative were angry about that. But again, he just looks at the big picture. So that's just how he was, Abe. That's how he was. But anyway, so, and yeah, and also it says here in the same article about our foreign minister visiting Ukraine, saying that you know, Trump is, you know, reluctant in supporting Ukraine. So it seems that they discussed the influence of the, you know, administration shift in the U.S. At least we have this time to, you know, prepare for the shift, so that's good. Super chat, thank you so much. Trump's picks for interior, Bergam, and energy, right, are very favorable to policies that will lower oil prices. Oh, good. Lower. Sorry, lower oil price. You know, in Japanese, we have only larirurero and not L or R. So this sentence has so much of lower oil prices. Okay, will defund Russia's war in Ukraine. Oh yeah, nuclear is okay too. That's good. Yeah, that's a good, like, important thing to look at. Yeah, oil is everything. I really hope that you guys will drill and, you know, become the country to export resources. So then the world balance will shift in a good way. Like today's newspaper was so interesting. This is talking about actually the continuation of the first like front page, but they're talking about South Asia, no, East South, Tonan, East South. I never say that words out of Asia, focusing on that, and they're talking about how, like, actually this guy, Mr. Kitaoka, is saying the professor of Tokyo University, like, you know how Indonesia and Thai has OECD. I don't know, they are looking to join OECD and blah blah blah, and like he was basically saying that we should have this broad connection in Asia. Yeah, so we are now, like, I guess that we are, if you look at the history in a long way, we are in such a shifting phase, don't you think? That the premises are changing. And now, like, America cannot be the police of the world, like Obama said, even though he was, not a good leader. I guess that whoever becomes a president of the US, that's just how it is. Like, you can't keep paying for everything, right? And Europe is now changing, so that's good. Oh, super chat. Did I miss super chat? my husband is, oh yeah, I see that. Yoko Tax, thank you. Beautiful hair day, as always, thank you. Yes. Oh, Berta. My husband is in this scolding mode. You have missed the super chat. Green, blah, blah. Yeah, he's so angry. And that's because, like, I don't want to derail, like, I always forget, like, what I'm doing is I'm talking about politics and I'm doing it in English, and my brain, like, I can't, if I read in between, then my brain will explode. Thank you so much for super chat. Biden showed up to that meeting to remind everyone that he was still a president. That might be it too. Yeah, there's that intention too, I think. Trilateral, yes. Yeah, we forget that sometimes, right? That he's still the president. I heard that somewhere. It was in a Japanese show. Yeah. But yep. Did I see all the super chat? Thank you so much. Yeah. I make it a rule to press heart so that I send love, and together with that, like, it's also a good check. Yeah. Let's see. A lot of comments. Thank you so much, guys. We have the right to say no to overspending to Ukraine. Yeah. I think it's just how to, make sure of the roles, like, for Europe. Like, I mean, like, you guys shouldn't forget, though, that because of your contribution to the world, because of that, you are respected, you are heard, other countries listen to you because you take all, you sacrifice your country a lot, you contribute a lot, right? And your country is also big. Like, all these conditions are there, and that's why we respect you as a country and just see you as a boss, or else we will just mind our own business, right? And then it's gonna scatter around. It's difficult, in that way. But I do agree that America is just doing a little too much, right? Especially, like, when I look at Europe, they're like Japan is dependent on America, and Trump is saying, it's his thing to say, like, oh, Japan should pay more, but we even though we were occupied, we were first occupied, and then we are letting the US rather use our land, for their benefit, like it's a mutual thing. And we are on the top of that, though, we are paying for America. We give money so that America can do things better. And we do all these things. I don't know about Europe. Europe is like finally, like they're at the phase of like, oh, we should do something kind of thing. I mean, militarily, like they're even, sending their ships to regions here, like Asian region is on, and I'm really, really thankful. But at the same time, like their attitude is so confusing sometimes. Yeah. Oh, by the way, press secretary, 27-year-old. That's so cool. I'm looking forward to her. Or Japanese people like we like McKinney. McKinney was so cute, so pretty, and she kind of looks like Ayumi Hamasaki, in my opinion. And so Japanese people like that sort of appearance, like we adore like some white girls. So yeah, so that's a good pick. That's gonna be good. Here too, our prime minister, he sealed his pet theory because he wants to build Asian NATO, but it's outdated. We are not at the phase to do that, but yep, stuff like that. Ooh, China's Air Force power competing with America, like countering the US. They had some events recently, right? Like what you call, like a air system show. And so they're introducing like what kind of new gears that or planes and so on that they introduced. So, oh, it's been an hour. And it's 4. We have to go out. Oh no. You guys, youngest press secretary in history. Yeah. It's really good. I before I came here, as I was getting ready, I was watching some of the Fox News videos to be prepared, and I like Mark Levine, like I said before, and he went on and on and on about how young the pigs are, and also together with he was comparing the cabinet, plan with 1700, like 1787, I think. So like Mark Levine, he went on and on about like this person 41 years old, this person 42 years old, like from back in the day. He kept going like that. I was like, wow. So it's nothing. I guess that our life, like we have longevity, right? Like we live longer now, and I guess that it became like our appointments became older too. But we need to make sure the young people with a fresh brain, we can contribute a lot more. So, Yoko, extra hour, thank you. I gotta go though. Like, I think my husband, he has to go to somewhere, and I need to be there for. Like, I'm part of, like, I guess I'm like kind of like a secretary for him. So yeah. Nancy Pelosi, she's running again? I thought she retired. 85 plus. Yeah, really, really, such a long time. If that's what you are concerned about, then yes, he will make you pick sides more clearly. I can't stand the side show bob hairstyle, women bob style. Oh, that woman. Yeah. Joy sleeping. Just finished watching UFC 308. Trump and the whole crew were there. Elon, RFK, Tulsi, Vivek, Speaker Johnson, and Keyboard, etc. RFK Jr. will be in President Trump's cabinet. Are you gonna leave without me? Guys, my husband is about to just go without me. That's not good. I need to walk him. Can we reunited next week? Yeah, walk the hubby. I need to. Oh wait, this is not my hubby. My hubby is over there. Thank you guys so much. I wanted to stay longer, but I came in a little too late. But I will try to, give you information. Oh, lastly, Marco Rubio on the front page from Friday. See, they're talking about triple red, and Marco Rubio is, なんだっけ、英語でなんだっけ、これもちょっと State. Secretary of State. My husband knows it better. So that's very important for foreign countries like mine. So he's on the front page. He's, admired. He's loved by agents, like, that are against CCP. So we're thankful for picking him. But at the same time, we are a little concerned about Ukraine from our standpoint. But we'll see. I'm hoping that, each country can, like each of us can communicate well to max out the, our national interest in all countries. So anyway, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me. I really enjoyed talking to you, and there are many of you too. Thank you. Come back next week around the same time, okay? I hope to have these live streams earlier, but wish me luck. Stay. Thank you, Nate. Oh, no, I gotta go. Thank you so much. Good morning. Good, yeah. It's 4 p.m. here. Yeah. Stay. Ice cream afterward. Oh, sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night sleep. Okay, rest well. Yeah. Okay. Have a good night, guys. I'll miss you. Come back next week too. Okay. Okay. Bye. See ya.